Hey, Renate here. Have a fantastic day. I just stepped out of the gym actually. I spent my lunch break in the gym just to sort of get fired up and to have more energy for the rest of the day. And today I just took a few notes. Today I'm going to talk to you about something which has been very close to my heart because I nearly lost quite a few friends, very successful people. It's about the body-brain dilemma. And it turns out that when we are younger or when we are very kind of into sports, we really take care of our bodies. We look what we check what we eat, we exercise. And by the way, please post comments or questions below. I'm here, I'm wearing my reading glasses, so I can see the comments. Post your questions, comments below. If you're really struggling, if you're one of those managers, those CEOs, those entrepreneurs who really focus on the brain, the business side, the cognitive aspect, and completely ignore the body. So as I said, when we grew up, we tend to watch what we eat, how we look like, we listen to our bodies, and as we grow older, we think we have to be successful and define success as like how much we have. Then we have a family probably, we have to support the family. So we are in this grind and we tend to forget to take care of our health. We are a whole system. So if you're only focusing on your brain and forget the body, there is some disharmony and you cannot function at your very best in your job. Even though you think you can, there are repercussions. I think that's the word. So I recently had a few friends. They are highly successful in the fields, from lawyer to entrepreneur, multi-million, close to billion-dollar business. And one of them had a stroke and he is in rehab. Thank God he survived. And the other one had heart surgery, got some stents and some other serious stuff. And actually we also lost a few family members in the last 1.5 months because they did not take care of their bodies, right? So I don't want you to be in the same situation. And you might say, well, Renate, you don't understand. Once you're in this corporate world, you have to be on those late night calls. And this week I just wanted to reach out to a friend, but she cannot because nearly every night she has a conference call because of different time zones. So if you are one of those, maybe because your bosses tell you, or maybe it's on your own accord, you're responsible. You are an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, and you have to grind because you want to get things going. You focus on the brain thing. It's about numbers. It's about income. It's about profit. It's about ROI. To get more people on board. Maybe build more factories or have more outlets. Whatever it is, it's very easy to ignore the signs the body sends you, from headaches, from lack of energy, and then it's like, oh yeah, I can do this, and you hype yourself up, or you have lots of coffees or fizzy drinks, energy drinks, and you kind of override the body's signals. Man, you are in trouble. Because the problem is you're not just jeopardizing your own health, right? Because if you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't drink enough water, if you don't get enough sleep, and you hear me say this over and over again, about 7 hours minimum, you cannot live productively and in a healthy way long term if you sleep 4 hours a day. And there have been studies conducted that this also has an impact on developing Alzheimer's. So you might not feel the impact yet, but it's building up. So you know that you have to eat, you have to sit down, you have to chew, forget the fast food, eat real food. So you know all this, but there's the time constraint and people telling you to do more, and maybe sometimes it's also you that you're not listening, and then you think if you're going in this rat race, you're more successful. But in the long run, my friend, you will suffer. And I don't want to be negative here, but somebody has to tell you, because you know yourself and still you don't listen. And if you tell me like, okay, I do this for another 6 months, okay, but seriously, are you doing this for another 6 months or another 6 years? If you commit to 6 months and then you said, okay, that's it, and then it's in your calendar, that's the deadline, and then there will be some change where you listen to your body as well, that's fine. Otherwise, it's just you lie to yourself, right? You're not doing yourself any good, you're not doing any good to your family members, to your loved ones, and you don't do any good. It's not any good for your employees, for your co-workers. Why is that? Because if you just dump work on them, because you run, and you think you don't need to sleep, and then you expect the same from them, you don't give them enough time to recuperate, you don't give them enough time to exercise, you don't give them enough time to spend quality time with their loved ones, to recharge. You either have frustrated co-workers, you have workers, partners, team members who lack energy, who lack initiative. You might have lots of medical leave days, and this really has an impact on the productivity, on the success of your business as well, right? Wouldn't you agree? Okay, so what are the solutions? You might say, yeah, all right, Renate, I know, I heard this before, I have to change, but how can I change? I'm in like, my boss doesn't listen to me, or if you are the boss, I'm like, oh, my competition is getting ahead, so I have to do more. So how do we do this? Now in high performance coaching, we deal a lot with really, really successful, busy people, and they are in the field of any kind of business. It's performers, it's artists, it's music moguls, it's name it, you get it. But they all have challenges, but we really focus on how to manage time and energy better, right? It's not that you gain another 3 hours per day, but even how you can tweak your energy, how you keep your energy levels high, that you're more productive, or you finish a task faster, having more time to breathe and to recharge and take time for self-care. This really helps. And we have tools like you have to block time, we have productivity planners, how to identify what's really, really necessary, what you have to do, what you can delegate. And even so you think you're already very good at it, there's always a way to make it even better and more efficient. So we also deal with you showing up differently. How does this have an impact? Because if you're clear what you want, it might be clearer for others to understand, and the task might be getting done easier or faster. And again, this gives more time, frees up more time for the good stuff like exercise, get outdoors, stretch, do some meditation. And one of the things is, if you want to really show up the best self with the best performing, hi Tracy, how are you doing? With the best performing mind or brain and the best performing body, because they go together. You cannot say you're very sharp and very energized when you're like slumped and you can barely breathe, right? So it's like finding your 3 power words, the best self, that you remind yourself to show up like this. Some power words, how you show up in your negotiations, in your discussions with others, that you are more focused, more streamlined, and again, more efficient, that you again free time to take care of yourself. And also not to get burned out so easily, that to have more fun. And we also know that laughter is the best medicine, because I found out, especially in the last few months, because there is The economy is tough, I know, and there is fear of losing the job. So people forget to laugh. So if you have some laughter, some lightness, some joy in there, if you can regenerate this, you will be much more effective and work will be much more pleasurable. And of course, then also because you are there, because you have some qualities. Maybe you're a hard worker, you never give up, you're a go-getter, whatever it is. So we also define like what made you successful, and are these kind of character traits, these tools, these characteristics, are they still serving you, or is it time to start to reprogram or to reframe or to tweak those? Because as we evolve, there might be different tools necessary, right? So this is what we deal with in high performance coaching. If you want to be the real leader, you have to have a fully functioning body and a fully functioning brain. And you might tell me, yeah, some people that they are handicapped, they are in a wheelchair. Yeah, right. But they are still showing up as the very best if they want to be the leader. Because a leader is not just somebody who dumps work on you, who instructs you to do stuff. A leader is somebody who leads by example and who inspires you as well, because there's only one life, right? And there is life outside of the company or the business, believe it or not. And by the way, hey, yo. Now, well, I don't want to keep it too long today because I know you are busy. I know this is something for you to contemplate, because if you find yourself, first thing is, you have to be aware that you are in this rat race, that you are in this circle, that like it's just focus on the numbers, on the business, and you're completely neglecting your well-being. Then, my friend, it's time, first of all, to acknowledge, and then it's time to decide to change. If you don't know how to get out of this rut, of this race, and I know it's very hard because it's like a habit, and it's also kind of addictive. Right? When you're in there, you want more and more and more, and you're not listening to what your body, your mind tells you. Just PM me or send me a personal message, post a question here, that we can have a conversation on how I can help you. It could be either a coaching session or a strategy session, just to get clearer what you need, what the next steps are, what your opportunities are, not opportunities, what your possibilities are. We can also discuss, about workshops for your team, or some talks, motivational talks. My motivational talks are not just motivation. There's always things and tools you can apply. I want to keep it practical, because otherwise it's shelf-help, right? I want you, if we work together, to really have something tangible, something you can really do. And if you might think, oh, well, you don't understand how busy is. Well, I do, because I have a few businesses. I travel a lot. My husband is a crazy worker, travels a lot. So I know how challenging it can be to break this cycle. And so if you want to reach me directly, you can send me an email to rprandl@icloud.com, or you go to https //renate-prandl.maikajabi.com. You can see how you can get into a strategy session, which is not just strategy session, it's just like looking at certain areas of your life, like energy and focus and clarity and courage, productivity and influence, to get started. But whatever it is, and it's not, you don't have to work with me if you think, I'm not quite sure whether you're the right person. That's fine, but just find somebody to help you get out of your head, somebody who can help you become aware what's lacking when it comes to your body, to your physical well-being. And always remember, health is wealth. It's not just the dollars, not just the ding-ding. It's really like your health is the most important thing. And once it's deteriorating or it's kind of gone, it's really, really hard to stop the decline and make you vibrant and energized and fun and successful and loving and caring and inspiring again. Hope this helps you, my friends. Let me know what else you need from me. Thanks again for watching. you're already different because you don't scroll through social media or you are not, checking Netflix. But man, if you are like in this rat race with not enough sleep, with burnout, with, headaches, with grumpy mood, maybe then it's time today to make a change, to decide to focus on your body as well. Because body and brain, they work together. Let's make sure, that we can really reap in the synergy effects. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, Tracy.